how you doing there? Henry Olsen here from Super Simple Guitar, and welcome to another guitar lesson. I'm really happy that you're here. So today we're going to be checking out another one of Chris Stapleton's new tunes, Starting Over. This is a great song, not that hard to play. If you've been playing for a little while, you're going to be able to get it quickly. And it's pretty cool because it has this nice little embellishment in it. It's a good idea to, give you ideas about how to improve your chords and make your chords sound a little bit more tasty while learning a song, right? Okay, so without any further ado, let's get right into the lesson. So it starts off with this little intro part, okay? And the intro, what I'm going to be calling the intro, happens later on in the song as well, okay? All right, so let's get straight into the lesson. So I'm starting off holding this G major chord, and I'm not holding it the way that you typically learn it. Basically, most times you'll learn it like this or like this, but for this tune, we're gonna have to hold our G major like this. My pinky is now on the 3rd fret 1st string, and I have a capo on the 3rd fret, just in case you're wondering. So when I say 3rd fret, I mean after the capo. Okay, so we're gonna have to hold it like this, and the reason for that is because we need our 1st finger to be free here so it can hit the 2nd string. Okay, so that's the main thing that you're gonna have to really get a feeling for to be able to play this tune. Okay, so let's first do that, and then I'm going to show you the chord progression. So to play this main little riff thing, we're going to grab the G like I showed you. I'm going to hit the bass strum, up, down, up, bass, strum, and then I'm going to do a hammer on after that strum to the 2nd fret, 1st fret 2nd string. Okay, so bass strum, up, down, up, bass strum, hammer, up, down, up. Okay, bass strum, up, down, up, bass, strum, hammer, up, down, up. Okay, so that's the main strumming pattern that's going to be happening throughout the tune. This kind of boom, bum, 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 boom, bum, bum, bum. Okay, so bass drum, up, down, up, bass drum, hammer, up, down, up, bass drum, up, down, up, bass drum, hammer, up, down, up. Okay, so get a feeling for that before you kind of move on with this lesson. And when we go to our next chord, which is a C major, we're going to keep our pinky here, giving us that C add 9 sound, okay? And it's going to be the exact same thing. So we're doing this bass drum, up, down, up, bass. 2 times on the G. Then you go down to the C. Just now you're holding the C from the beginning, and then you release it quickly just to do that little hammer. So bass, drum, up, down, up, bass. Okay, so you do it 2 times on the G and 2 times on the C, and that's what we're going to be calling this little, I'm going to call it an instrumental part of the tune. And this is going to happen now at the beginning, and the instrumental part is also going to come in the middle of the tune, okay? So this is always happening before the vocals kick in, okay? So one more time, that little instrumental part, and then we're going to get into the verse so you can see exactly how he changes it up slightly in the verse, okay? So G, one more time. We're going to play that 2 times, and then we're going to play C 2 times, okay? So boom, bam. Down to the C. Okay, and then actually that repeats. That happens 2 times, that whole sequence. 2 times G, 2 times C, then it repeats. The whole sequence repeats. And then it goes into the where the vocals kick in. Okay, so when the vocals kick in, it goes like this. It goes. So now he's playing it 2 times, bass down, up, down, up, bass down, up, down, up. Then the 3rd time he's adding in that hammer on. So boom, ba, da, 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 boom, ba, da, da. And then the 4th time there's no hammer. So it's 2 times without the hammer. And then 1 time with the hammer or then one time without. Then the same happens on the C. Then it goes down to a D, and now we're going to do that same little concept, 2 times without the hammer. And now the third time, we're going to release the D, and then we're going to do a little hammer on here, right? So we're going to release our middle finger, hammer onto the first fret, and then just keep strumming, the same as we did with the G and the C. So that's... You could actually do that 2 times. So... And then once you do that hammer on, you could either go back to a D sus2, or you could stay on the D. I kind of think he goes like... So experiment with that, you know, listen to the tune, do the melodic little thing as you please, but just know that he's releasing, doing a hammer, and then releasing, doing a hammer again, right? Okay, so the whole thing now is starting from the vocals, when the vocals kick in, okay? So G, down to the C, down to the D, okay, again here, kind of play around with it, see what works for you. Then it goes into a C for 4 times. And I'm counting 1 as this boom, ba, da, ba, ba, right? So again with that add 9 still in there, okay? So okay, and that's the verse. And that happens 2 times. That entire verse happens twice, okay? So let me play you that entire verse now one more time, and then we're going to go into what we're going to be calling the chorus, which is this. Okay, so check it out. Starting on the G. Down to the C, 2 times without the hammer. 3rd time with the hammer. D, 2 times without the hammer. I'm really doing a hammer, then I'm releasing. Okay, but again, play around with that, you know. It's good to use your ear to find stuff and try different things that sound good to you. Okay, then it goes back into C 4 times. Okay, and that's the verse, so that's when the vocals kick in. Then what happens is this chorus, right? So for that, it's an E minor going into a D, but with the F sharp on the bass. And I'm using my thumb to get that F sharp. I highly recommend using your thumb to do that, because the alternative would be to kind of play it like this, which is going to take too much time. If you can't get your thumb over to the F sharp, it's not really F sharp because I have the capo on, you know, let's call it the 2nd fret. So because with the capo everything changes, but normally this would be a D with the F sharp on the bass if the capo wasn't there, okay? So E minor, if you can't get your thumb here on the 2nd fret, 6th string, just play a D. Just go E minor, D, G, right? But if you can do that, it sounds nice because you get this nice bass line from the E minor to the F sharp to the G, right? Okay, so E minor to the D with the bass, G, then C add 9, which is, you know, you're just going from a G with these 2 fingers down here. You could play a C here, but that takes too much time, I think. I like to just go, instead of going to this C, I'll just go here. Again, personal preference. I use it to save time, and it sounds fine, right? So E minor, D with the F sharp on the bass, G, then it goes C, D, G, that repeats. E minor, D with the F sharp, G, C, da, da. Then it goes down to the D. This time only twice, into the C 4 times. I kind of like to add in this note, take it out, you know, whatever. Do what sounds good to you, but I kind of like to play around with that. So again, 2 times into the C. You could add in that little hammer thing if you want to, you know, whatever you like. And then it goes back into the G. And then this leads us to that instrumental thing that we did at the beginning that I was telling you about. So we're going to play the G now as we did at the beginning of the tune. So into the C. And then that brings us back into the vocals. Okay. So that brings us back into the second verse, which is exactly the same as the verse we already played, right? And then there's this one other thing that happens, which is this bridge part, right? So the bridge, let me play up to the bridge for you, and then I'll show you the bridge. So check it out. Okay, now we're going to go into the bridge. So for the bridge, it's A minor. Just let it ring out into a E minor, into a G. A minor, into a E minor, down to D. And now we're going to play the D 4 times. And then after that, he goes back into the chorus. Then he just ends the tune off on a G, okay? So those are the parts. Again, you're going to have to listen to the song a little bit. You know, I listen to the song a lot of times. I highly recommend listening to songs over and over and over again when you're learning them. And then just play around with this light strumming, right? It's just a light, gentle strumming that you're going for. Try to get that hammer on. When you go for that hammer on, hit it a little bit harder, the string. So it kind of pops a little bit. Right? That's going to make it sound a little bit more, you know, in the front ground. One other little tip is use a thin pick. This is an old Dunlop orange pick that I have, which is pretty thin. And that gives you that strummy sound. If your pick is too thick, you're not going to get that nice strummy sound that we're going for. So try to use a relatively thin pick. I'm not sure how thick this one is, it doesn't say anymore, but that'll also help you get a nice tone, okay? All right, that's about that. I hope that this made sense. If it did, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, you know, hit the notification button. For my All Access members, I'm gonna have some extra goodies so it's easier for you guys to follow along. If you're not yet an All Access member, then make sure to check out the All Access membership. All of the courses I've ever taught are in one place. Literally everything, you know, structured step-by-step courses with PDF files, tabs, backing tracks. Everything you need to learn with ease is in there. And there's a 7-day free trial, so check that out as well. Thank you very much. My name's Henry Olsen. Have a great day. Hasta la vista, baby.